back to the Matrix, Parthenia commentary with me, Skully the Metalhead. Today we are going to be doing Kung Fu training. It's gonna be fun.
Welcome to my world, Neo. How's the signal?
It's a little loud. Is this better?
Where am I?
This, my friend, is a series of combat training simulations.
And this is going to teach me Kung Fu. Works like a video game tutorial. You do still claim to be the ultimate gamer, right?
Damn straight I do, Link. Tank.
See that guard?
That's something that's something I'm gonna debate later on throughout the commentary as to who the operator is, but just to explain the basics of what this simulation is really gonna be, it's, well, Kung Fu training. It's essentially gonna teach you how to kick and punch. Not that the opening, level difficulty thing wouldn't have taught you, but, yeah, essentially what you're going to be doing first off is doing a silent takedown, which can be accomplished by sneaking up behind an enemy and pressing the circle button. And, one thing to note about that is that this ability is never used at all in the entire game. I'm not even kidding, like, this is the only section in which you use it, and you never use it again. Although, one interesting thing in a later mission that, I'll probably point out there is that I did manage to use the silent takedown a second time, but it resulted in me failing a mission, which was, quite weird, actually. But anyway, as for the rest of that anecdote, I'll save it for later. In the meantime, die, computer-simulated Asian guy. Man, Asian guys get it the worst in this game. Racism, the Parthenios is so bad, call the Gamergates and the shit. But that's not what you guys want to hear. You guys want to see some kick-ass action scenes and some quasi-philosophical meanings within the Matrix, because that's what we all love about the movies. Or at least that's why I love it anyway. Don't know about anybody else. Anyway, it's at this point when we finally get to punch and kick. You can press the triangle button 3 times to perform a strike. And another fun fact, the back of the cover of the box of the game says that this game boasts 300 moves. Yeah, only not 300, 600 moves actually. I am not sure whether or not this is true, but every time I play this game, I end up discovering a new move that I haven't seen before in every subsequent playthrough, and I'm not sure whether or not that's due to the fact that I've either forgotten about it or, there actually is 600 moves in the game, but I don't know, it's one of those things that I love about games like this, like whenever you play it, there's always going to be something new that you can find that just makes you go, oh wow man, that shit's pretty fucking gnarly. And that's one of the reasons why The Matrix Parthenia is one of my favourite games of all time. But in the meantime, you just beat the shit out of some Asian guys. Boom! Peace out, bitch.
Let's cause some real pain.
And, yeah, the tutorials pretty much sum it up for me, because I would take the time to explain this normally, but I can't be fucked. Jesus, Neo, you're taking hits like a bitch. You can also chain enemies together if they are standing in the right position, which is usually indicated by like a little golden circle, which will show up when you're near an enemy. And some of the moves you can pull off are pretty good, but later on they also rely on the amount of focus you have in order to pull off some gnarly combos. That'll be particularly showcased in the later segments of the game, particularly when you start fighting Agent Smith and his various clones. And now we're apparently doing judo, which is the same as what we were doing before, but, if Tank says we're doing judo, then that's what we're doing. Yeah. Anyway, if your knowledge of color-coded enemies is up to scratch, then you'll know that the red enemies are, like, powerful, man. Yep. Oh, dude, that guy just got his back broken. It's a good thing he was a computer program, otherwise, man, that would be some real shit to wake up to in the real world. Because, of course, if you remember your Matrix trivia, if you die in the game, you die for reals.
So, what's with the outfit?
Oh, that? I don't know. I think it fits the scene. You don't like it?
I love the delivery of that line, man. It's so fucking cool. And that's another thing that Matrix Path of Neo does a fair bit. It likes to take the piss out of itself a lot of the time, and it'll become more apparent later on in the game, especially with a very fourth wall-breaking scene towards the end. But this game really does like to take the piss out of itself, and the fact that it's, you know, in the Matrix, you know. Oh god, I'm knowing too much. And that's something you don't really see in a lot of games nowadays, unless of course they're, you know, being intentionally satirical, like the Deadpool game, or something or other like that. Actually, the only real game I can say now who really does that sort of thing was DMC Devil May Cry, which,
These soldiers stun you, they'll
again,
go
a lot of
for it,
people
so watch your
hated
back.
for some reason, because it wasn't about the Dante, and, you know, all that shit. And if you suddenly take down all these people in this room, and yeah, because, you know, the chair fall totally wouldn't have alerted him. Neither would the door opening, or whatever. But yeah, when you complete all this, and if you do it without, you know, setting off an alarm, you will get a special bonus weapon, which, well, it's very, very underwhelming. Yes. Let's just say I'm a bit of a stick in the mud about that sort of thing.
You're really starting to get the hang of this.
I've got the high score for Ninja Crisis.
Okay, quick question for anybody here. Is Ninja Crisis an actual game? And, cause again, I know the Matrix Path of Neo was, published by Atari. Yeah, those guys. But, is Ninja Crisis like an Atari game or something? I honestly don't know. Anyway, we'll just kill these completely innocent kung fu people who are just crafting tables. For some reason. I know they're programs, but like, fuck, man.
Excellent.
What's the point? Oh, and one thing you can collect is briefcases, which I don't know why they're briefcases, but collect them and you can actually unlock some pretty cool stuff. Some come in the form of cheat codes, some as concept art, which is actually pretty gnarly, by the way. And yeah, some really sweet stuff, which, you know, had this been a game made, you know, in the last 5 years, I'd say probably would have been sold off as DLC. Also, if you fall into the lava down there, you won't die, you'll just get teleported and have a bit of your health reduced. And now you can do one of my favourite attacks in the game, the jump kick. Because, well, you can move agilely in the air and it works in a similar manner to Sonic's homing attack. Or at least if you angle it correctly. Actually, no, because it does kind of home in a little bit, so yeah, it kind of is like the homing attack. Anyway, now instead of just, you know, climbing ladders normally, Neo's animations are climbing up the ladder fast. I called it the ladder, shit, I'm sorry. Anyway, here's the stick. That was your prize for stealth killing 2 powerful enemies in this game. Well, I say powerful enemies in the game, but I really mean for this section of the game. But yeah, we get a fucking stick. Thanks a lot, Tank. I personally feel no remorse after your injury inflicted to you by Cypher. Anyway, we'll just break some boxes because I'm just so pissed off that we got a stick for all our effort. And now, we enter the Mortal Kombat portion of the game.
Test your might. Test your might. Test your might. Test your might.
So basically what this is going to be doing is, oh well, you're just fighting a bunch of people and it's essentially paying homage to a lot of video games, which, another bit of Path of Neo trivia for you. I think this game in particular, I guess taking advantage of the fact that it's a computer simulation, I'm pretty sure it's paying homage to a lot of old video games of the like, such as Mortal Kombat and a couple of others, particularly Atari games actually. Again, published by Atari, so I'm not surprised. And I believe it's after this point where you get one of the biggest abilities in this game, or at least the one that many people would be familiar with from Enter the Matrix and if they played Max Payne.
Good, Neo, but you're faster.
I have the power! And yes, you get the focus ability. Basically, what focus does is it essentially just slows down reality to the point where your attacks become more powerful and, well, you can do a lot of cool shit with it, you know? It's some really gnarly shit, and even though now it's essentially the size of, well, barely even an inch actually. But yeah, you can do some pretty radical combos with it. Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say before. I had something I was gonna say. Damn. Oh well, that's just the thing with commentaries. You have something to say, and then when the bloody mic's turned on, you got nothing. Anyway, it is time to fight, and we will use our mighty stick. Oh, and whoa, dude, he just like died standing up. He like phased out of existence, man. Whoa. Anyway. These guys aren't too much of a problem, and it can also knock the enemies off into the pit just to instantly kill them. Yeah, Neo might, you know, teleport back for some reason, but enemies, they get singed alive. But anyway, this is essentially just teaching you the basics of focus and all that sort of shit. And I'm running out of commentary. I could make more Mortal Kombat jokes, but you know, that just wouldn't be cool. So let's see if we can pull off some radical combos with our focus meter. Now that the stick's gone, we can finally unleash, you know, yeah, fucking I caught him, you know. And even though he died, he was still a mid-combo, and that looked pretty cool. One other interesting bit of trivia about the Matrix Path of Neo, or at least for these sections in particular. Each of these training sections were based on some sort of martial arts movie. I can't quite remember what this one was based off, but I do know a couple of the others. I'm pretty sure one of which was based on Drunken Master. Anyway, yep, here's the link-up attack that I was talking about earlier. You can, I think you can get up to multiple enemies at a time, but yeah, when you can pull them off, or at least when you angle yourself correctly, you can get some really sick combos, man. And as you can see, Neo dealt with him like a boss because he is the one. Oh shit, Neo, watch out, it's the old hippie ninja dude. Although one thing I will say is that I really want this dude's jacket, man, because it's like got flames on the side and it just looks totally gnarly, man. Like, serious, like, dude, look at it, it's so gnarly. Boosh. Peace out, bitch. Even though you have a gnarly jacket. And due to the power of his flame jacket, he is immune to the flames and can teleport back onto the center ring like Neo can. But of course, if you keep wailing on him, I'm sure you'll beat him no problem. Although, this is it right here. What this guy just did there is called a killing blow. And the one annoying thing that a lot of enemies tend to do, particularly agents, is that without warning, they can pretty much unleash their killing blows at any time without, you know, having a telltale signal to avoid them. Not that you really can avoid them, but again, there's practically no sign to avoid them, and honestly, when Neo eventually gets the killing blow, which he gets in another two training sequences, yeah, he can pretty much just, you know, he has to charge his up, meanwhile enemies can just be like, oh yeah, I can just unleash a killing blow just like that. And you know, even when Neo realizes his full potential, you know, around the point of the Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions, he starts to charge it up, which I find kind of bullshit. Anyway, take that, you son of a bitch, even though he did a pretty gnarly flip off of that. This is a very interesting fight, and yeah, Neo killed him by turning him into the fire. His flame-proof jacket just wasn't enough. I am the champion. I am the one. Whoa. I am the ultimate. And thus, Neo decides to meditate upon his victory against the hippie dude. Anyway, I'm Skully, keep it new metal, and see you in the next part of the Matrix Path of Neo commentary. Peace.